Hi there, this is Jacob Nash, and this is a review of Module 11, Tests and Parts. Well, we'll see what we're talking about. Parts of the brain is what we're going to talk about, not everything, though. All right, testing methods. Here's what can we do to test that thing? What can we do? The brain is what I'm talking about. Lesion. That's destroying the brain to study it. Well, I'll show the picture of a knife because I don't think you want to see that. EEG. That's looking at electro waves. At least maybe that can help you remember EEs. They help looking at seizures. When you do this, you have to have like a hat on. I think of the ratatouille person that tries to shoot the rats, that she has a hat, like, and they have to have electrodes on the hat to look. And then CT or CAT scan, that's the same thing. That looks at possible damage from X-rays. So I showed an X-ray picture of a cat to help you remember that X-ray cat exam. PET exam, it detects glucose during certain tasks. Glucose is also known as sugar, and I don't know about you, but I had these at my elementary school, and PET milk. So that's what it makes me think of. There's sugar in that thing. PET scan. MRI, that looks at soft tissue, brain structure. fMRI, same thing, but it also looks at the function. Okay. Wonderful ice cream cone. That is the brainstem and thalamus. So imagine that maybe you've had these, I forget, are they called drumsticks? The cone is the medulla, but also a part of the cone that has like a chocolate over it, that's the pons. But the whole cone is the brainstem. Now the ice cream on top, imagine there's like two scoops, but they're kind of beside each other because that's what it's like here. That's the thalamus. But you know, sometimes there's like chocolate in the middle. That's the reticular formation. It goes all the way down. It's just in the middle. See, same thing here. So maybe that will help you remember. But let's talk about what those things even are. Oh, well, first, it's backwards. So what side of the brain you use does a different side of the body. So left side of the brain, right side of the body. It's backwards. Like whichever side of the brain you use, it operates a different side of the body. I'm left-handed, so someone could say I use the right side of my brain more. Okay. Here are the brain structures, but we didn't even talk about them yet, so maybe it was dumb for me to put that thing there. I'll probably go back to that. All right, brainstem, this is considered the oldest part of the brain. It's made up of two things. Medulla, this controls breathing and heartbeat. So, I mean, remember, those are some of your autonomic things that you do. Pons coordinates movements. So remember, this is like the part of the cone, like the normal part of the cone. Then pons is like the part of the cone that kind of has like the chocolate over it, just like a manufacturing thing. Thalamus, this is what's on top. Remember the ice cream? There's two parts, two scoops of ice cream, and it's the sensory control center. Here's the way that the messages go. They go cortex, thalamus, and then to cerebellum and medulla. So CTCNM, CTCNM. Reticular formation. This is the thing, remember, I act like it was like the fudge thing that's like in the middle, controls alertness. If you have a damage to this thing, coma. These two people, Moruzzi and Magoon, guess what they did? Moruzzi, I don't know how you would say that, but whatever. They were like, let's just take that thing out of cat. So they messed up the reticular formation in cat. And then the cat went into a coma and never woke up. And I didn't show that picture because that's sad to see. Bad. But that's the only way they could find out. Cerebellum, this is considered a little brain. It is below, or like at the back of the base of the brainstem. And it has old memories. So here's where your old memories are stored, but it also helps with balance. So old memories, think Jim Carrey, he's like, trying to think about something. It's in the cerebellum. Alcohol affects your cerebellum. Think when they're like, walk in a straight line. If you can't, that's because your cerebellum's not working right. Limbic system. This has 3 parts. I mean, that's the limbic system by definition just is these 3 things. Hippocampus. This is where the new information is. So it's like, oh, I just learned that. And then the second one that somehow I have trouble saying, so I'm not going to try to say it. It regulates emotions, fear and aggression. So maybe you can think emotions, or well, aggression, A. So like, think about it. That thing is being used when you have like a savage cat. Like sometimes cats are savage, and that's what they look like when they're about to attack. Hypothalamus, this regulates body temperature, so not too cold, not too hot. Controls the pituitary gland. Remember I said, is it the really master? So master of the master. Reward centers. These are just things that cause motivation. But if you have a reward deficiency syndrome, this is when someone doesn't have reward centers. So they use addictive things to take that place. That's why sometimes people have drug addictions. Let's look at some module review. What is the brain structure connected to obesity? Oh, dang it. Sorry. I forgot to say this, so you're going to learn a new thing. Hypothalamus. It also, see back here, I said it regulates body temperature and controls the pituitary gland. It also helps with hunger. Sorry. Forgot to say that. What senses are processed by the thalamus? Oh, wonderful. I forgot to say that too. All except for smell. So I'm sorry about that. I was a dummy today. Where are the new memories stored? At least I said that. Hippocampus. What part of the brain regulates hunger? That's the same as number 1. Which area of the brain stem controls breathing? That's medulla. What technology monitors metabolism of glucose? Remember, glucose is sugar and sugar is in milk. Sugar and milk is pet milk. Which system controls emotion, motivation, and memory? Well, you only learned about one system, didn't you? And that's the limbic system. But that's what it is. So yeah, I guess I kind of lied. By definition, you could say that it controls emotion, motivation, and memory. But if you think about it, all 3 of those things do that anyways. What structure of the brain controls communication between the central nervous system and endocrine system? Don't think I said this either. That is the hypothalamus. So that thing does a lot, doesn't it? But well, actually, I sort of said that because I said it was the master of pituitary gland, so it's the master of the master. But whatever. What structure of the brain is the little brain that coordinates body movement? That is the cerebellum. It also has old information, but whatever, you know. What's the purpose of an MRI? It's to see brain anatomy by computer generated images. Damage to this thing can cause coma. Remember what those guys did to the cat? That was to the cat's reticular formation. What does the regulate? It regulates motions. Whoa, what do you know? I didn't make a final slide. There you go, done. Bye.